Everybody, it's Jordan here on another episode of Take a Test Drive with Jordan. I have a Chrysler Pacifica behind me. Beautiful car. I'm just gonna flip the camera around and show you some of the features. Okay, so just a really quick walk around. This is a 2020 Chrysler Pacifica Touring L with your S appearance package. That's where you get your blacked out rims and no chrome pieces. Just a quick walk around, and this is the beautiful blue. I really like that. So now just gonna open it up. What I really like, if you push this button here, boom, your door's open. So, which I really like, and then this does have stow and go. So just to show you real quick, I'm just gonna hit this button, and then my seat's gonna come up. And watch this, just with one hand. So when that seat's all the way up, all I do is I pull this up, and then with one swift pull, just pull this back. She's all put away. Everything's super easy that way. And then in the back here, just click a button, your rear opens. Sounds already have put down, but we'll go with this one. All you do is you click the one, pull the two, boom, all with one hand. Can't show you the other one because I'm using this, but and then click this back. Super cool. I really like that this has the DVD player as well. If you can see that right there. Then here's just your dash, so you have Uconnect 4 here. Super intuitive to use. You do have all your buttons and everything, your dial there, and then underneath here, tons of USBs, a DVD player, tons of space. You have a little bit of space under there. USBs galore, and then nice touch. Now that I have a baby, you have that sunblock. So I'm gonna get behind the wheel of this thing and take it for a drive. Thanks. Okay, so I got my camera set. I'm all ready to go. Just in the parking lot here. But one thing that I really like about vans is I know you can't see it, but I get a little armrest that isn't your center console, which I really like about vans. I think they're super cool that way. So you could definitely tell it's a van driving it, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that. This is just the front wheel drive model. So but today we're on fairly clear roads, which is nice. But just driving this a little, yeah, it's definitely a van, but that's not a bad thing. I noticed that some vans are they're so big, they're kind of shaky. This one seems very, very put together, especially with all of the electronics and buttons and everything. I find it's very high quality. Down here I do have my dial shifter, which I think gives it more of a luxury feel, and these Chryslers are supposed to be more of a luxury vehicle. Just being Chrysler and being the Pacifica. I do have my heated seats and heated wheel on, which I really like about the Pacificas, because you can get that. Where the Grand Caravans, you actually had to go all the way up to a crew to get that, where in the Pacificas you can pretty much get them from the lowest trim model, which I really like. Really love the screen. It's the Uconnect 4C nav. I find them super intuitive, good size, not gigantic, because I find that's a little bit more distracting. And then I really like the buttons too. I love analog buttons on vehicles, something that has it. I find it's put together beautifully. It flows wonderfully, and yeah, it's put together beautifully. They flow wonderfully, and they just look good. They feel good. They don't feel cheap, which I really like. So just taking it around corners, I've noticed that it's got a decent amount of getting up and go, which I really like. This vehicle has the Pentastar V6 in it, which they range a little bit, but they seem to stick around the 295 horsepower, which I really like. Really bulletproof motors. There's a ton of them out there. They're like the standard motor pretty much in everything that Chrysler makes. But yeah, I'm driving a bigger vehicle. It's a 3-passenger vehicle, tons of room. The only thing that may be more room in is the Suburban, which actually happens to be right in front of me. But those are often double the price. But yeah, I really like it. I don't feel like I'm driving a massive vehicle. It feels really nice, put together, tight knit, and I actually really like it, and definitely a lot of getting up and go. I know with driving van with these engines with the front wheel drive, you can spin your tires, which is super funny. So just starting off again, I had to pull over. One thing I really like about these vehicles, this one happens to have the theater in it. So what that means is you do have the 2 DVD players out the back, at the back of my seats. You can get a single one as well in these. But what I really like that it does, and you can get this without the theater system, but has a beautiful stereo system. They sound great. Sorry if that's too loud. They sound great. That guy has a flat tire. But yeah, they sound great. I love the subs. They definitely punch. That's one thing I really like about Chrysler vehicles, is even the standard stereo sounds amazing. I have a rental car that isn't a Chrysler, and I so miss my stereo. But yeah, they sound great. Yeah, and just the tons of room. I love the stow and go. These have, I would argue, more space than a truck. Once you put the seats down, I just probably wouldn't put a deer in here if you're a hunter, or I wouldn't put garbage or something, because it is the inside of a vehicle, but tons of room. These things are just beautiful to drive. I feel luxury. I have my steering wheel on, my seat on. It's great. I do have tons of room up here, 2 cup holders. I have space underneath, and I have space down here, and I have 1, 2, 3 USBs up here. I have a USB back there, USB back there, 2 HDMI ports. This thing is just perfect for the family. Somebody's honking at me, which I don't understand, but these things drive absolutely wonderfully. So what I'm noticing in stop and go traffic, just kind of going through lights and that type of stuff, being a bigger vehicle, I don't feel like I'm in a bigger vehicle. It's actually very similar to my Cherokee, which is a lot smaller. I think that has to do with the engine, and these actually have really nice brakes on them, so I don't feel like I'm driving a big truck. I don't feel like I'm driving anything huge. It stops really well, it goes really well. There's a bunch of pickup and go. Yeah, I don't feel like I'm driving a big huge vehicle while I'm driving, which is nice, even though I have enough room for 7 people and then some. Yeah, it's just super nice. I really like them. I really like these Pacificas. Just going around corners, being in a big vehicle, I don't have many blind spots. I don't see blind spots. This one I do have a little bit, because this dude has vent visors on it, but it's not a huge blind spot, and even around there everything's so open. But I'm just pulling into the parking lot. So general impression, I love these vans. If they are, compared to the Grand Caravans, they are a little bit more money, but if you're okay with spending the money, the amount of luxuries and niceties and available technology in these is beautiful. That if you could get, like, if you have the money and you don't care about spending the money, these are by far, I think, the nicest vans on the market. And right now it's November of 2021. Super nice. This one's actually just a 2020, so definitely back in 2020 it was one of the nicest vans. But I would definitely get one of these when we need it. I'd probably go with this package too, because it's got enough for me. It's got enough for my wife. But yeah, if you're looking for something a little bit more of a just better price point, there's nothing wrong with the Grand Caravans. The old Grand Caravans are actually based off of this, but or I guess the new ones, the 2021s. Beautiful vehicle, would highly recommend if you wanted something a little bit more luxury. Definitely more space with the 7-seat capacity. It's beautiful. I love it. Thank you so much for watching. Give me a shout if you need anything. 204-572-5835. Thank you.